Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, to the amazing world of weather, fact and fiction. Yes, I said fact and fiction. For example, we're going to ask if it's possible that ETs are engaged in climatological warfare against our planet, disclose shocking facts about lightning, tell you about the day that it rained flesh and blood, report on how storms have affected history, and cover other intriguing subjects, time of course permitting. But first, is it possible, just possible, that ETs are involved in climatological warfare against Earth? Now, skeptics ask, why haven't ETs landed? Why haven't they landed a UFO on the White House lawn and greeted the president? Well, first of all, they might be afraid that our military would shoot first, ask questions later. Or second, they might be afraid that we would incarcerate them in some sort of exobiological gardens or put them on pay-per-view TV. Or perhaps they subscribe to that philosophy, the prime directive often expressed on Star Trek, not to interfere with inferior races. Or they might just be here accumulating data and various samples of our planet without any intention of harming us. Or conceivably, they could be engaged in a long-term plan of climatological warfare. Now, how would that take effect? Well, if they wanted to Martianize us, not that they're necessarily from the planet Mars, but from a colder planet, perhaps one outside our solar system, they have a number of ways of doing that. For example, they could suffuse our atmosphere with nitrous oxide and other smog-like particles which would reflect impinging sunlight back into space. And that in time would cool our planet. Another possibility is that they might use algae to draw down CO2, which would then cool our planet off. Now, how would they do this? Well, iron dust is one source of energy for algae. In fact, one of our recent ice ages was caused by iron dust being blown into the oceans and triggering algal growth. And this could account for some of those USOs, or unidentified submerged objects, in other words, underwater UFOs. On the other hand, if they want to venusificate us, not that they're from the planet Venus, but from a hotter planet, outside our solar system, for example, they have a number of ways they could change our atmosphere. For example, they could suffuse our atmosphere with methane and CO2, greenhouse gases, or they could destroy the tundra at the Arctic Circle, underneath which we have huge deposits of icy methane, or they could be engaged in underwater activity where we have huge stores of methane crystals, which, if melted and could reach the surface, could again trigger a greenhouse effect. I should point out methane is 20 times as effective as CO2 in terms of being a greenhouse gas. And of course, there are other problems that they could create for us in terms of our climate. For example, they could trigger endless, humongous storms. In fact, that idea was advanced in the 1955 TV series Commando Cody, Sky Marshal of the Universe, in Chapter 5, which was entitled Nightmare Typhoon, where the ruler is trying to destroy our planet in such a way. Let's see if he succeeds. I should point out, video footage assembled by noted videographer Benny Guzland. Now, let's see what happens. Roll tape!